So I wanted to make a series of videos, and I'm going to entitle these "Living the Law," and I want these to kind of be direct and to the point, kind of like applying the law or just theory from Neville's teachings to real life situations. So I want to talk about respect, and I know that for some people, respect, getting respect, respecting themselves, respect is something that some people just don't have a good relationship with it. I myself have historically not had a good relationship with respect. I feel like I've dealt with a lot of disrespect in my life, and I can definitely say, looking back, I've disrespected myself. But one thing that kind of always struck me as weird about the way that I was going about it. One thing that Edward Arch says that I love is he was an emotional beggar. And I think that's a great way to look at it, as when you are dependent on the outside world to give you things, especially feelings, whether that be, happiness, feeling respected, feeling loved, feeling seen, you kind of put yourself at the mercy of other people and the mercy of the world. And I can definitely say that I went through life like that. I believe that respect was something that could only be received, not something that I could basically give myself. But as I got older and I matured more and I started to learn and understand the law, I really start to see and understand that everything, even respect, it is all about you. So what do I mean by that? I have gotten better at asking myself this question, and I would very much encourage you and everybody listening to this to do the same thing. When you see something that's really bugging you, or something that's happening in your life and it really pushes a button for you, I want you to stop for a second and ask yourself, where did I do it first? And here's an example of that. So there have been times recently where I feel like, okay, there's something that made me feel disrespected, or there's something that makes me feel like I'm not respected as much as I feel like I should be. So instead of sitting there constantly blaming, because honestly, it doesn't help to just sit there and keep pointing the finger and being mad at the outside world, I started to kind of look in and take a mental inventory and really ask myself, where have I historically disrespected myself first? And then I realized that throughout my life, I had built a habit of basically having absolutely no regard for my own self, boundaries, or anything. Everything from breaking promises to myself, setting boundaries with myself. That's another important one, when we have the conversation of respect, whether it be relationships, friendships, or with family or whatever. I know boundaries is like a buzzword. That's like a big word that people use now, but it's like, where do you disrespect your own boundaries? And let's just say I want to kick a bad habit, or, I'm going to say, I'm going to make it a point and promise myself that I'm going to go to the gym. Or if I set a boundary for myself, you know what? I've decided that I'm not eating junk food no more. Let's just say red meat. That's a popular thing that people like to cut out. I've set a boundary with myself the moment I've decided and said, I don't want to eat red meat no more. But the moment I decide to just say, screw it and keep eating red meat, whose boundary did I just disrespect? The one that I gave myself. So when you look at it that way, you kind of have that aha moment. The light bulb goes off. So I start to realize that, as we already know, the outside world is just reflecting back to you what's on the inside. So in the place where it actually matters, which is in imagination, where the man in imagination is very much alive and living and doing a bunch of things, I realized that I was not respecting myself. Me, the inner man, I was not. If I had the desire to expand and be better, I would just casually throw those promises and boundaries to the side whenever it suited me. And life has reflected that back to me. So I'm making this video because I just want to encourage all of you and get you to understand that if respect is what you feel like you want, and you are going through life and dealing with everything from freaking people pleasing to people constantly crossing your boundaries and you not being respected or seen as someone who doesn't deserve respect, really sit down and just meditate go through your memory and just kind of just ruffle through it a little bit and find out where in your life are you disrespecting yourself, where are you crossing your own boundaries. Fix that. And then when you fix that, everything else fixes itself. Because the more you sit there and fight with other people, the more you sit there and fight with the outside world, the more you beg people to give you something that you refuse to give yourself, you're pretty much just going to cause chaos in your life and ruin your relationships. Because the truth is, as hard as it may be to understand and as hard as it may be to accept, I still do it too. Even with me making these videos and writing a book and all that great stuff, I still do it because I'm human. There's still that moment where you feel like, okay, why is this person not respecting me? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? It's you. And I don't say it's you from there's almost like this weird little thing that's implied. And, I'm probably projecting a little bit, but I'll just say how I take it when I hear it. There's this weird little thing that I get from the, you're the problem type, talk, I guess. But I'm not coming at it from a standpoint of a shame thing. I guess that's probably the best way to say it. Saying that I am the problem is not actually about shame. Saying that I'm the problem is actually a good thing, because if I'm the problem, I'm also the solution. In a way, saying I'm the problem is crediting myself with power. It's not to make myself feel bad, nor is it to make you feel bad. To say that you are the creator of the terrible things in your life as well as the good things in your life is placing the power to change everything in your hands. So today I want you to sit with yourself, and whether it be respect or whatever, I want you to really ask yourself, where did I do it to myself first? And in what ways am I continuing to do it? Because if I didn't continue to do it, life would not reflect that back to me. The funny thing about the law is it always works. It always works. So if I was not disrespecting myself, then disrespect would not be in my reality, my personal reality. It wouldn't be, because I don't disrespect myself. Everything starts with you, and everything that you want to have also starts with you. And when you give it to yourself first, the outside world will confirm that and mirror what you have already given yourself. So when it comes to respect, start with you.